What's up, guys? It's once again mp4podcast.com, and I got some news that's going to be a little crappy for next generation video game consoles. Sony and Microsoft want to go free to play for next generation video game consoles. Of course, this is the PS4 and the Xbox 360. Now, we do know that there is some free to play games on the PS3, such as DC Online and Uncharted 3, the online portion of the game. And every time you play a match, you have to watch a commercial. That's kind of crappy. Every time you play a match, you have to watch a commercial. But let me tell you about iOS for a second. I used to love playing Gameloft games, okay? They were some of the funnest games. I know they're clones of other games and blah, blah, blah. But two of the funnest games I've ever played in my life are actually Gameloft games. The Spider-Man game and the Terminator game, which you can't download anymore. And that's kind of crappy. But that's another story for another day because they don't have the Terminator license anymore. But as we've seen this year, Gameloft has been releasing a lot more free-to-play games. They actually started last year, and they were releasing some games free-to-play, some games were paid, but there's more games being free-to-play. Now, the horrible thing about free-to-play is there's so much grinding in these games that if you don't want to spend any money, you have to play them for so long just to upgrade something in the game. Let me give you an example. As you guys can see, this is Injustice. This is actually the PS3 version, and I'm really happy I actually paid the $60 for this version. Now, the iOS version, which is free, you could probably spend $400 on the iOS version just unlocking all the characters. That's a lot of money. And you have to play the game for maybe half an hour, maybe to unlock some low-level character. And it's kind of crappy to just to play it, just trying to unlock characters. And sometimes you'll unlock a character that you don't like, okay? Now, of course, I played the game, the iOS version. I didn't spend any money. But if I spent, $2, $3 unlocking a certain character that I didn't like, I'm going to feel kind of ripped off at that point, okay? Now, of course, even though the paid version of Injustice, there's some characters that I played that, I don't like that much, and there's other characters that I really do like playing. I mean, that's going to be given with any fighting game. But to spend money on characters that you don't like is a real bummer. And then you're like, I don't want to spend more money on this. Then you don't want to play the game. Or then you have to grind for hours trying to get some free points so you can go and unlock some games. Now, if they bring this to games like Call of Duty or Battlefield or some other games, it's going to be really, really shitty. Now, free-to-play, from what I've heard, works pretty well if the game developer knows how to do it right. And the one game that I keep on hearing that people say it works pretty good is Hawken. Now, I've never played Hawken, but people say it works really well with Hawken. And I would probably say it probably works pretty well with MMO games. If you remember World of Warcraft, I think you can play part of it for free, and if you want to play other, islands or whatever. Never played World of Warcraft, but if you want to play other islands or map packs, then you have to pay. And I remember people always talking about World of Warcraft. It's $15 a month for a subscription. And then people were like, I don't want to cancel because then I'll lose my character and so on and blah, blah, blah. So there was always that dilemma. Some people actually did say, cut the ties, and then they lose their character. Free to play for an MMO can actually be kind of good. You don't have to pay for the online. And so if you spend $5, $10 a month, maybe buying a few things here and there, that you would probably be paying that if it was a subscription base. Now, these games are huge worlds, and these servers do have to be maintained. So free-to-play does have its place, but there's a lot of other places where it doesn't have its place. On iOS, we have pretty much lost all the really nice, over-the-top, big Hollywood blockbuster games that we used to get from Gameloft and EA. We don't really see those anymore. I mean, EA brought out Dead Space. They had a Mass Effect, Need for Speed. They still released those last year. But it seems right now, a lot of these games are, they're free to play. The new Iron Man is free to play. And the old Iron Mans were pretty good, the paid versions. And now, they seem to be going after a model where it's like, they can take a free-to-play game and they can constantly making you want to upgrade. They take a game like Temple Run, upgrade, so the new Iron Man's like Temple Run. So, maybe you want to upgrade your suit, upgrade your boosters, upgrade your radar set, blah, 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 blah. If we go down this path, it's going to suck for gaming. And if all these games are going to be free to play, and they really just starts to be free to play, and they may actually be going down this route because they want to get rid of the retailers like Best Buy, Target, Sears, GameStop, and so on, where all the games will just be downloadable free to play, and that's going to suck a lot, and that's the worst thing that's going to happen to online gaming if this happens. And I'm just hoping that this does not happen at all. And if this happens, maybe I'll just stick with Steam or online PC games and whatever, and just get a Nintendo Wii. And I hope Nintendo doesn't do this next generation. We don't know how bad it's going to be next generation. This is just what they're talking about. But I'm going to leave the link in the description box of this video. It's joysticks. Sony's working on free-to-play games. I think free-to-play has its place and it can be good, but it can be really bad if it's not used properly. So anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm kind of interested in what you guys think about next generation with the PS4 and the Xbox 360. Do you want to see games go all free-to-play, or I don't even want to see 50% go free-to-play. I think maybe 10% of games or 20% free to play would be a nice balance, or so on. But if I can say one thing, there is a market for hardcore gamers, for people that want to spend money on quality games. I am very happy that I spent $60 on this game. I don't have to unlock stuff, I don't have to grind. Yeah, I can unlock extra stuff, rewards, but that's a different story, and so on. And I do wish the extra 4 characters were actually on the disc in that whole season pass, which that's another story or whatever. But anyway, guys, take it easy. This is once again mp4podcast.com signing out. Take care, everyone. Later, guys. Bye.